Comics Gate.
To movies you don't have to watch. This is going to be The Phantom from Space. You do not have to watch The Phantom from Space. Yeah, I'm Lonnie Webb. I am the lucky guy who is behind Destiny Mountain Demon over on Indiegogo, and I sure could use your visit to that page. Sorry, dear. Take a look at that, and I think you'll like it. If you do, buy a copy, tell me what you think of it, and let me know if you want an issue 2. Print run number 1 is going to run out this year. So if you want an autographed first run, let me know. Go ahead and get that purchase in, because the second run is, well, it's going to be the second run. You will never get the first run again. On Fat Girl number 2, that is in the Hyperverse of superheroes, and I'm working on Fat Girl number 2, Fat Girl number 1 right here in my hand, and that is in fact the artwork that I painted for the cover. Go get yourself some Hyperverse comics from John Rhodes. They are on the mature side. Fat Girl, not so much. The others, especially Nothing Man, is a wee bit mature. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. If you don't, please dislike. And leave me a comment now that we're friends and we can keep in touch. If you come away from a movie realizing that you could have had a sandwich instead for about the same money, and you missed the sandwich, the movie's a failure. That's my standard. If I get more gratification out of what I paid for the plate of food or the movie, tells me Phantom from Space is almost that. But I wish I had the sandwich instead. So here we go. Phantom from Space. This is a 1950s era movie. You've seen all these actors and actresses do something. They're kind of B-list, supporting characters eventually on TV shows. And there's really no production problem for me, but there is a lot of scenery chewing going on. They go out to a lot somewhere, and this looks like a cement factory or something, and they've got I don't know, 6 shots where they use this camera angle, and a couple of them using these 2 actors. I think they just swing the camera around and shoot another spot on the wall and have the characters run by. It looks kind of like a web series in that aspect. They just didn't exert any effort to scout out more locations, and that's too bad. This movie had the potential to be better, and it was laziness that kept it from being better in this one sense. Now, why do I say that? There is a colorized version. I don't know if it's the original or not. But the invisibility effects were fantastic for the time. Now you can see when the movie is playing, you can see matte lines being cut around our invisible alien who is wearing a helmet so we can see him. And if you're thinking I've seen that helmet somewhere else, yes you have. I'm thinking that it was at some point on an ape suit. Possibly the same stuntman was inside. The movie focuses heavily on radio operators, which intrigued me because I'm a ham radio operator, and the focus they put on tracking down an object with radio car equipment was pretty stellar. I mean, that totally surprised me. But Phantom from Space carries itself well. The actors carry their lines well. The lines could have used a second pass in the writer's room or more drinking. So our alien starts things out by picking a fight with some Americans. That doesn't go real well. Don't show up and kill Americans. They tend to fight back. Now, in his spacesuit, our alien looks pretty normal. He is aware, though, that if he takes off his spacesuit, he's invisible. He only needs his helmet to breathe every now and again. That's why we see him in just his helmet later. The invisibility effects are by and large good. When you see a briefcase lock and unlock itself, that's pretty good. No matter how you pull it off, when you're using probably a step up from a Super 8 camera, maybe 35 millimeter, they make some good use of reverse motion in the film to achieve the invisibility effect, and it's good. Except for that one shot with the bad cut. They shouldn't have done it. Edit around it. Find some way to not use that shot or make a new one. It's not hard. We finally get to see the alien on a transom. This is what it looks like. Now we don't see him like this. This is the actor. They put an overlay on him to make him a little bit interesting, and they play a theremin. Get this, they play a theremin to make him visible. So he is visible whenever he is illuminated by UV light. At the end of the movie, he suffocates because the genius alien has broken his helmet. That is the only way for him to breathe the atmosphere he needs to breathe to not die. Interesting. When he falls down and dies, for some reason, he's visible. I don't know why the laws of physics invert themselves when he dies. but that's what happens. And then, like everything else where he's from, he's no longer needed, so he dissolves. Scientist dude, the person who's supposed to make sense of this movie for us, he says, this alien has gone through all the phases of matter in his life on our planet or something like that. And I'm thinking, what a stupid line. First of all, he doesn't turn into a liquid. I'm convinced there was a moral to this story that explained why we sat and watched the whole movie. But it was edited out. It's like there's a gap in his sentence, and they just glued it together with some sound to end the sentence. Well, that's a movie that I should not have spent over an hour watching. Now, you can avoid watching that movie, Phantom from Space, for an hour in your life. Even though it's free, there's something better you can do. Now, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we will get back to talking about barbecue and comics in the next few days. I hope you enjoyed this warning not to waste your time on this movie, unless you are plastered. If you are plastered, go watch Phantom from Space. Every time you see a piece of scenery or a location shot that you have seen before, you can howl up a storm. Whenever you see the helmet that will eventually turn up on a monkey suit, you can make monkey sounds, because if you're drunk, no one will notice. All right, y'all take care. We will talk again when we can. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember me when you are looking for a comic to read. I have several projects out there in the wild that you can pursue. Check the description for a time-wasting option that suits your fancy. Bye-bye now.